Alright guys, what's up? Remus Plays. This video is going to be my thoughts and opinions of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Now, before I say anything, I was skeptical for a long time about this game. Like, I was like, I'm not sure about this. It doesn't look that good. Like, I saw the gameplay, I thought it looks really, like, fucking weird. And I was like, I'm not into it. But I decided to give it a try, because, you know, I'm not gonna like judge a book by its cover. In order to really tell a game, you gotta play it. So I did. I bought it and I started playing it. And at first I didn't like it. I started playing it at first. I was like, oh, this is really weird. I'm not liking it. But I kept going. And eventually I got the hang of it. I was playing it for a while, and then it was. I find it fun now. It's a pretty good game, actually, and there's some things though that's a problem, like, with the game. And I'll talk about that probably in another video that I'm gonna do, where I talk about the pros and cons. But this video is mostly about, like, my opinion and thoughts about the game. Now, I think that the way they did the story, I think, was pretty damn good, because Dragon Ball Z, it's been out for fucking ever. And if you don't know the story by now, I mean, you know, you must not be a fan of the series, because you should know the fucking story by heart by now. Because there's so Dragon Ball Z, they've been doing the story for, like, just all these fucking years. Like, these games have just been the same story over and over and over and over, just like different kind of gameplay style. And that's pretty much it, the same story. But Xenoverse took a complete different turn on it. And it kind of puts it into... I'm not going to try to spoil the game, like the story in any way. But I'm going to give the gist of the story. You're basically a warrior. You could be a Saiyan, an Earthling, a Namekian, a Freezer race, I don't know what it's called, or a Majin. And basically, you're called a time patroller. A time patroller is basically someone who goes back in time, or back in time to like these events in history, in order to kind of like correct distortions. Distortions are changes in history. So you basically go back in time and change those problems. So I'll give an example. Like, how about during the fight with Raditz? What if Raditz killed both Goku and Piccolo, and the Saiyans pretty much, they won? So that's something that would, like a change. That, like, you have to go back in time to kind of fix it and help them win against Raditz, you know? To keep history, you know, as it was. So basically that's how the story goes. And you go through the sagas, like, you know, the Saiyan saga, the Frieza, the Android, the Cell, the Majin Buu, and so forth, in order to correct these problems in history. And yeah, so it's different, and I think it's pretty well. I think it's done pretty well. I think the story is pretty good. You're not. I think some problems is the fact that, like, there's no talking for your character, there's no dialogue, so that's kind of but, you know, it's whatever. You know, that's just how it is. You're like a silent hero. So, the fighting, I thought, it felt really clunky, and it still kind of does, but I'm looking past that, and I think that it's different from the other games. So, and I think after a while, just give it a little bit of time, and then you'll probably learn to, like, love it, and, you know, you'll be able to, like, learn the system and everything. And it's really good. There's like there's items to use during battle. You got your skills. You got your ultimate abilities and stuff like that. And yeah, so I personally think that the game is worth buying if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, and just maybe I think that's mostly really it. It's a fighting game, and if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, I'm not gonna give, like, you know, like, all these fucking reasons, like, oh, this, but no, I think it's worth, because it can be like really fun with friends. Doing the story, the gameplay is pretty solid, and yeah, I personally think it's worth buying. I wouldn't put it on priority, but if you want to buy it, go ahead and buy it, because like maybe like if you're on the fence about it, like, you know, I think you should probably buy it. I'm not trying to, you know, tell you what to do, but that's just my opinion on it. I think it's worth buying. Just give it a chance, because I didn't like it at first either. I went into the game with kind of low, you know, things. Like, I was like, oh, I'm not really sure about the game. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it. It might be like a waste of money. But yeah, it's, besides from like all the problems I'll talk about in another video, then yeah, but it's worth buying. So that's it for this video, and I'll do another video soon, talk about the pros and cons of the game. And yeah, bye bye guys.